Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. First of all, I have to say that I am still a friend of TTR. I know it's really complicated, but 6 years, it's a long time to actually know somebody, even though that person might only be known of online. It would be very inconsiderate and rude of me just to dispose of a friendship. But I must say that this episode of Mr. Robot was absolutely sensational. It was called Handshake. And again, it's another altered reality state. And yeah, we know who Mr. Robot, well, we figured out who Mr. Robot really is. But like I said before, it's just how he copes. And I actually know of somebody who has coping mechanism. It's not to the point where Elliot's is, but his coping mechanism is just routine. And he says something very interesting. He says we surround ourselves with screens, and it's just to avoid intimate conversations with one another, and I think that's why we have the internet. And it's just, you know, that whole avoidance technique, and it's why we feel so alone and so isolated from each other, because we do that to ourselves. And honestly, I'd rather be around people than not. Although I do like being off by myself. It's just there's so much to this series that's just absolutely insanely good. And of course the journal was destroyed, and I thought, oh, but now it's just all a matter of what's going to happen next. And I really like Allison, and I feel for her. She's just such a strong character and resilient, and she's very blunt and straightforward, and she's a genius, and I ship she and Elliot so bad. I think, why can't they be together? Well, you know why they can't be together. He's a slave to his addiction, or in this case it wouldn't be his addiction anymore, but it would be that that part of his brain that he decided to scratch again, as we well know. But in this case, he had no choice. It's just, you think, okay, Elliot, it's either do or die. You better comply, or you're gonna die. Sorry, I didn't mean to rhyme, but it's just it was intense, and I just couldn't turn away. I was wondering. He seems so content, and it's interesting how he makes his surroundings, his environment, just mirror what he wants to see, and we don't really see it until we see the facade of the fantasy just kind of meld away. And the way that they did the transition with the camera angles and just the jumpsuits, I thought, whoa, you know. But I mean, I was expecting it. It didn't really surprise me, but it just, whoa, yeah. It was, talk about the power of the mind. Holy crud. Yeah, visualization to the infinite, but it just was so unreal and surreal, and just, you had this kind of heady feeling throughout the entire episode. And yeah, it's just he talks about trust, and that's one thing with identity theft, and it's a big issue. I mean, especially with the political season, it kind of makes you wonder. Yeah, with everything that Hillary's done, need I say more? I don't know. I'm a moderate conservative. But I have voted for Democrats before. I wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders really bad, but I don't want to vote for Hillary. I can't. I don't trust her at all. Just because of Benghazi. Need I say more? Sorry. I mean, it's I'd love to see a female president. Don't get me wrong. I just, you know, you can't undo a debacle that big. And not only that, but it would just be more of the same. And not to say that the president we have has been a lame duck, but he has done some good things. It's just there are some other issues that he just didn't really tackle head on. And yeah, I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to get flamed. But I like to see things from both sides, and I haven't really made my decision on whom I will vote for. But when the time comes, I will do so with alacrity. I love that word. I just found it out. I thought, I remember this word. It's brisk, eager cheerfulness. I thought, yeah, that's me. I do everything with alacrity, but it's just, yeah, it's a tremendous word. But let's see. I really don't know what else to say about this episode and the political season and everything that this show just makes me think about. And I like the fact that program does that, and that's all I have to say. Till next time, live long and prosper. Ciao tutti!